Real Madrid arrived at the 2025 Club World Cup in the United States with a star-studded squad capable of intimidating any group they were drawn into. But after leaving Hard Rock Stadium with just 1 point against Al Hilal, their dream of becoming the Club World Cup kings has never seemed more fragile. A Madrid side that dominated possession and took nearly 20 shots still found themselves frustrated, undone by their own errors and chilling wastefulness. If Xabi Alonso doesn't patch the holes quickly, the road to the crown could be littered with stumbling blocks. From Gonzalo Garcia's opening goal to Valverde's missed penalty in stoppage time, Real Madrid showcased both their strengths and weaknesses. They controlled the match well, but when it came time to kill the game off, they fumbled like headless chickens. In the opposite goal, Yassine Bounou had a spectacular outing, with 4 key saves, including a penalty stop. But it was Real who shot themselves in the foot. Plenty of attempts, but lacking precision, good possession, but missing killer instinct. Madrid shut the door on 3 points with their own feeble finishing in front of goal. If they want to be champions, Alonso must turn statistics into goals immediately. If you find this content engaging, informative, and worthwhile, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Much more awaits. Real Madrid entered Hard Rock Stadium with pride and ambition, but when the final whistle blew, what lingered was frustration. They controlled the game, even dominated. But after 90 minutes plus nerve-wracking injury time, the scoreboard read only 1-1. Real had drawn with Al Hilal, a Saudi side widely considered inferior. The stats show Madrid took 19 shots, with 7 on target. Their expected goals, XG, was 2.63, nearly 1.5 times Al Hilal's 1.88. Yet the dominance didn't translate to victory. Madrid opened the scoring with Gonzalo Garcia's tap-in on 34 minutes. But from that moment, they let their opponents claw back. Asensio lost the ball foolishly near the box, then gave away a penalty in a hopeless attempt to recover. Neves calmly converted, rendering Madrid's lead meaningless. They still had a golden chance to take all 3 points if Valverde hadn't botched a penalty in added time. His soft, tame strike was easy pickings for the Moroccan keeper. That moment exposed Real's deeper issue, squandering opportunities and sabotaging themselves. Aside from the missed penalty, Gonzalo Garcia's close-range header early in the second half seemed destined to score, only for Bounou to pull off a sensational save. The Al Hilal keeper ended the match with 4 stops, double that of Courtois. A goalkeeper receiving an 8/10 match rating, the highest on the pitch, suggests Real didn't lack chances, but ruthlessness. They're no longer the Los Blancos who used to steamroll opponents. The truth is, more shots don't mean more wins. In the United States, Real showed glimpses of a team hoping to dominate the Club World Cup, but if they fail to turn cold numbers into goals, stats will only be shackles in their title quest. Real dominated possession and applied pressure, yet allowed Al Hilal to counter confidently, a clear sign they're not intimidating enough. Bellingham was nullified by Koulibaly. Vinicius closely tracked by Cancelo. Trent Alexander-Arnold, on his debut, spent more time plugging gaps than pushing forward. Alonso dictated tempo well, but Real lacked a steel key to lock down the opponent. When a so-called underdog like Al Hilal can stay in the fight and wait for Madrid to err, it speaks volumes about the champion's lack of authority. Pretty possession is meaningless if it doesn't suffocate the opponent. Right now, Real control the pace but lack the knockout punch. And until that emerges, any obstacle can dream of pulling off an upset. Even before fans settled in, Bellingham and Vinicius were tightly marked, one by the no-nonsense Koulibaly, the other by the cunning Cancelo. These two attackers, expected to tear defenses apart, were repeatedly dispossessed after minimal touches. The backline was even shakier. Raúl Asensio became a liability with a blunder near the box, leading to a desperate foul. Alexander-Arnold, while a focus of attention, made little impact beyond constant movement. Rather than pushing forward, he was forced to drop deep to cover for defensive gaps. Though Real passed smoothly and dictated play, Hilal's composed. Deep defensive stance and patient waiting for errors revealed Madrid's pressure wasn't truly threatening. They had more shots and possession, yet no decisive strike to finish the job. Meanwhile, Hilal grew more resilient, confident that even giants can bleed when pressed. To win titles, Real need more than just possession, they must strangle their opponents. Squeeze until there's no breath left. This draw revealed a harsh truth: Madrid control games, but haven't learned how to kill them. They may beat weaker sides with skill alone, but to be number one, Real must learn to suffocate rivals from the very first minute, something they failed to do in Miami. Real Madrid entered the Club World Cup with a full arsenal, yet glaring mismatches remain. Mbappe was sidelined with a mild fever. Gonzalo is still raw. Rodrigo was tightly marked. Alexander-Arnold hasn't settled. These problems stack up into critical gaps Alonso, as a new manager, has limited time to address. Modric came on late, a symbol of experience, but couldn't rescue the stagnant game. Valverde's missed penalty was the final straw, raising doubts about Madrid's composure in key moments. Pachuca and Salzburg await in the group stage. And then possibly PSG, Bayern or Man City in the knockouts. A star-studded but disjointed Madrid lacking cutting edge will only turn themselves into a toothless giant. Alonso knows it. Madrid fans know it. The only question now is how quickly they can piece everything together before the Club World Cup slips out of reach. If there's one concern troubling Madridistas after the final whistle at Hard Rock Stadium, it's that this team still feels unfinished, despite boasting a wealth of talent. Kylian Mbappe missed the opener due to illness, triggering a domino effect in the attack. Vinicius lacked a partner to share the load, Rodrigo was easier to contain. And Gonzalo Garcia remains more promise than product. Modric was sent in as a token of wisdom, but in a match where Madrid had just minutes to find a winner. Not even the Croatian veteran could land the decisive blow. Trent Alexander-Arnold showed little beyond some flank runs. With only a few training sessions under his belt, it's unrealistic to expect instant cohesion in Real's possession-based, transitional system. He ran hard, called for the ball, but looked out of sync, his awkward overlaps with Bellingham a clear sign more time is needed, yet time is a luxury this short tournament does not afford. Even Courtois admitted post-match, "We're still playing Ancelotti's way. Changing styles in 4 days is impossible." All these disjointed pieces add up to a troubling reality. Real Madrid have lost their perfect record at the Club World Cup for the first time since 2000. That stat might seem trivial, but it signals cracks in their quest to become global club champions. Pachuca and FC Salzburg, the next hurdles, won't be pushovers if Real continue fielding a disjointed lineup. Beyond them, fearsome names await: PSG, Bayern, Man City, or Boca Juniors. No one hands trophies to sides that play pretty but fail to seize control. And for Alonso's Real Madrid, that question still hangs heavy after a sobering night in Miami. The Club World Cup is no catwalk. It's a brutal examination. Only those who dominate, finish clinically, and keep cool under pressure deserve to lift the trophy.